Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of What's in a Story. And to exactly find that, let's turn a corner and discover as we reach beyond several fascinating narratives like laws, myths and legends and try to understand many related big and prominent as well as small but important facts about history, literature and languages, festivals, beliefs and customs, relations and relationships, and many such things of our socio-cultural ethos, which creates the larger picture. These narratives are from present, the immediate past, and long past, and are from my books, from my work across India and South Asia. And I hope you really enjoy listening to them as much as I did when I heard them the very first time.
About today's story. The title of today's story is The Akkakede Tsunami Myth from North Andaman, and I read this from my book How the World Was Born, Wondrous Indian Myths and Legends by Aleph Book Company. When I speak about today's story, there are two things to actually highlight in the process. The first is the storyline and the second is the language. For the storyline, which I also spoke about in the previous episode, the story from the region of the two union territories of Dadra and Nagar, Haveli and Daman and Diu, which was titled Submergence. This story is something very similar that speaks about how floods and how a massive flood destroyed every life, all plants and all animals on earth, and life had to start from the beginning once again. And explained it also in the previous episode how these kinds of stories are quite frequent in folklore across the world, and there are folklore and mythologies of prominent as well as lesser known religious beliefs of the world where such folklore can be heard. Today's story from the region of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands of the Bay of Bengal region is something that speaks of one such massive flood taking place because of a tsunami. Secondly, I would like to speak a little bit about a specific language, and the most notable aspect of this is the very fact that the Akakkede group of languages from North Andaman is an extinct group of language which has been officially reported to have disappeared according to official records, between 1930 to 50. However, it is interesting to note that though the language has ceased to exist, this particular story in today's episode remains famous from the region. A close study of lightning, rain and thunder from the Andamans also suggests significant environmental occurrences, aspects, parts of the environment, which is quite typical to its geographical location. The stories in the process also aids in various ethnographic studies of the region. Follows the story, the Akkakede Tsunami Myth from North Andaman, and I read this from my book How the World Was Born, Wondrous Indian Myths and Legends by Aleph Book Company. The story, the Akkakede tsunami myth from North Andaman. An Akkakede myth from the North Andaman speaks about the catastrophe which befell on the ancestors of man when the water level rose so much that everything went underwater. Once, long ago, in the place called Silpet, people used to collect a lot of honey. In the same place, they used to live the local bird, Kupu Terawat, who really did not like the interference of man so much. So, Kupu Terawat bird became very angry, and in the evening, when the cicada was singing, he deliberately started to make a lot of noise to disturb the singing of the cicada. Now, goddess Biliku, who was considered to be the deity, the goddess of the northeast monsoon as well as lightning, thunder and all erratic floods, used to consider the cicada to be her children. When she saw the cicada's song was being disturbed, she became very angry. In a fury, she sent heavy storm, rain and thunder. The water level rose and the surrounding land started to get inundated. Very soon, all the small trees were submerged and only the top of a gurjun tree could be seen above the water. As a last resort, all the people took refuge in the branches of this particular tree. Mimamite, that is Lady Dove, had managed to somehow rescue some fire and kept it alight under a cooking pot. The waters at length subsided, but the people did not know how to get down from the top of the tree. Mima Karami Lebek, a type of a local bird, used to live on top of very high trees, and she was also there sharing the space with man. Mima Karami Lebek made a long piece of rope, and with the help of this, she lured all the people on earth, and that's how once again land was populated when the water receded.